It's been such a long time. Okay. Hey, y'all. It's Megan and
it's Sky.
And welcome back to our channel, The After Party. It's been a long time since we've been on this channel about that. It's okay. We're coming back with more content. And today we're talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. A little disclaimer before we get into it. We are not comic book heads. I have not watched the comic books for this, so I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be knowing, but I don't be knowing.
No,
so this is definitely a review for people that don't fully know, but they understand what's going on.
Yes.
Black girls do reviews, all of that. Okay. So the first thing that we have to talk about is that opening scene. I feel like Bucky came in.
No, not.
I honestly, before we started, I looked up the cost for this show, and they're really putting in the budget. They're giving us not TV but Marvel movie quality, and I really am enjoying it.
Yeah.
We're supposed to do Wandavision, but but they also did the same thing with Wandavision. I feel like when it came down to the amount of time and effort they put into it, you can really tell they're putting their money into this next phase, and I really appreciate the rollout in Disney Plus. Yeah, that's really that.
Okay.
Okay. So your turn. Go ahead.
I'm crying. So actually, to say one thing about the intro, whatever, I think that kind of like intro to Falcon like scene was very, very important, only because it kind of shows like what he's truly capable of. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like it shows like his potential. And it shows that like even though he may not be like doing anything with the Avengers, that he's still, doing stuff on the side, and he's still like working to better humanity and whatever. So I thought that was very important, just for like setting the scene for like Falcon's character in this series or whatever. But what was the first thing we were going to talk about? We're talking about Falcon, right? But
yeah.
Okay, so Falcon goes to go visit his sister and his nephews in, I think it was like Louisiana or something. And I've been watching like their interactions and just seeing like how the sister was saying she was gonna give up the boat and stop like fishing and all of this stuff. I was like, you know what? For some reason, I have this feeling, because even in kind of like WandaVision, people were saying that her twin sons, like Billy and Tommy, or Tommy and Billy Bob, whatever their names were, that they were actually going to be essential in like later on in like future MCU or stuff like that, because they were going to be part of the new Avengers. And also I feel like because so many new characters are being introduced, that it's like I just know that they did not show these little boys for no reason. Like, right. I'm like, the little boys could have been left out of the scene, left out of the show, and be completely pointless. But I feel like it's the fact that like, these little boys are like the nephews of Falcon, and then it's just like they're already like bred into that kind of like lifestyle. So I'm like, I just know that either the sister, or I don't even know if she's gonna be like Falcon Girl, I don't even care, but like the sister or like the nephews, like someone in the future is definitely gonna become like another superhero in like the whole like Marvel universe. So I'm just waiting for that opportunity, because I just know it's gonna happen. I
feel like, I don't know if it's called Young Avengers, but I heard something about it. Again, not a comic book, like I don't know all the things. But I've heard of that before, so I'm interested to see how that like plays out. The only like, okay, let me say the pro and the con. The pro is I love seeing dark-skinned people on screen, and they really did that with his family. The only thing I wish I saw was I wanted a little more Nola. I wanted an accent. Something. Just
I see
a little. But I also like appreciate, like, if they can't do it, don't mess it up. But I would love to see it. So yeah, that's that for that.
Yes. I mean, I definitely see that. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see, because just like in, what is that, Captain Marvel, how like you see like Maria Rambeau or whatever, and she just looks like she's a friend of freaking Captain Marvel, and then it's like her sister her best friend's daughter becomes like a superhero later on. It's just like, and then her best friend founds like the, what is that, not shield, sword or whatever. So I'm like, I just think there's like, Marvel doesn't just introduce characters for nothing. Like those characters are most likely going to come back up in the show at some point. Right. So I was like, that definitely has to happen. I don't know when. I don't know how they're going to like milk it into the series, but, or like phase 4, but it's going to happen. I don't know when.
I'm excited. I feel like because we're at the beginning of phase 4, it's just a lot of excitement because you see like, is this going to be like an Easter egg for later on? And we'd be like, and a couple years from now, we're going to be coming back and watching this. Like, I remember them kids, like one of those moments.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, I just feel it somewhere.
Right. Okay. Next part about Falcon. Let me tell you, I was watching this and I was like, racism. When he's going to get alone, there is no way you know who he is and what he does, and he's not getting alone. Okay. And it's like also the whole, I think they're calling it the blip or dusting. I've heard both terms. If you know that that's going on, why would you not help people out? It's giving me systemic racism vibes. But no, honestly though, I was watching it and I was just like, dang, that's people's like reality. Like that is you could be, someone made a good point. I feel like it was in some comments or on Twitter that is kind of reminiscent of how America treats veterans, how sometimes like you go serve your country, you come back and they're like, oh, you're like, we applaud you, you're great, but you need help, like we're not helping you in the same way. And I thought that was definitely something you could see in that scene, and that the sister was like, I already knew they wasn't gonna give it to us, but you came in here with all this hope and now look at us.
I do agree with you like in that part, because it's even like saying like, even if I'm like, I'm not gonna say like Beyonce, but even if I'm like freaking I don't know, who is a Denzel Washington or something, like I feel like most people know who Denzel Washington is, like you've watched at least one of his movies. But I feel like even if you like put him in a room with like Leonardo DiCaprio and it's just like everyone's like, oh, Leonardo should win, and it's like but why? So I feel like I understand, because it's kind of like that, even though he's a superhero in a room full of like other like white people or like white superheroes, he still would not get the thing compared to them. Like if Captain America had walked in there, he would have been like, yes, Sloan. Like Doctor Strange, Thor, probably any person, they would have walked in there. But him, it was kind of like, nah. He was like, oh my God, I love you. But then he also wanted an autograph. So it's like, I'm good enough for an autograph, but even if he didn't give like a full loan, even if he would have said like, you know, we can try to give you like a smaller amount.
Just something to help you float. Like I think there were so many other options for that man who seemed to be very much obsessed, but he didn't really do anything. And I don't know, it just kind of set the tone for the movie. And I think it's interesting because in this next phase 4, it seems like we're going to be getting a lot of people of color and characters getting the main spotlight. So it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with issues of race in relation to superheroes and all of that. And I'm hoping they're going to talk about it with this. There's another, I don't want to say the wrong name, but I think it's a movie or the show coming out after this. I think they're also going to be probably talking about race a little bit too. So, yeah.
What are you talking about? The not
it's the Kung Fu.
The Shang-Chi,
yeah,
the
Shang-Chi.
Legend, something like yeah. So that one, I don't know who it was, but there's some like Asian like character that I was just like, okay, so in WandaVision, that man who's like an FBI agent, I was like, I just feel like off the rip, even though this is not even related right now, but I was like, I feel like he's definitely going to be a part of like the MCU eventually at some point.
I love him. Love him.
Yeah, I love him too. That's what's just like this FBI dude.
I think he's gonna be a reoccurring character. Like when they want to introduce like FBI, I feel like they're gonna, or like just regular what is it, policing system? I don't know what I'm talking about. But they're gonna introduce him, and then I think he's gonna have some connection to, I'm hoping, Shield. There's no way that they're not introducing something from Agents of Shield. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
At least Coulson. I don't know. Just add him again. At least Coulson. At least the other characters be switching off a little bit, but yeah. Let me not get too distracted.
Okay. Next, we can go into the next part, right?
Yes.
Okay. The Flagsmashers.
Yes. So the Flagsmashers, I think it's very interesting because it gives me Hydra vibes. Like, you know, like Hydra is kind of like this evil organization that kind of lives in the darkness. It's kind of like you don't know that they exist, but it's like, even in like Wandavision, like, even though I don't think it was very like significant to the show, it's like in the episode, like he was wearing a watch and it had like a little octopus on the inside. So I'm like, literally, I feel like,
ooh,
you don't remember Wandavision? It was like a commercial, and on the watch.
Oh, the commercials. Okay, got you.
Yeah. And then I was like, even in that, there was like a little like glimpse at Hydra. So I feel like Flagsmashers gives me Hydra vibes, and I wouldn't be surprised if like Flagsmashers was kind of like a like subsection of like Hydra at some point, or like someone from Hydra, like whatever. So I was like, actually, I really don't know. And I have this really, really, really interesting theory that the leader of the Flagsmashers, like the way he beat up that guy, first of all, was disrespectful.
Yeah.
Don't ever throw him like that. And he had powers, like he had superpowers or whatever.
No, he
so
really
I'm like,
did.
Because I'm like, dude is not this strong for no reason. Like, so that was weird. But I also, this kind of like ties into like the next point was this guy, even though I could not see his face, there's something about him that was just like, I feel like this evil man has like, what is that? Like a double life. Like, I feel like he at night is like this leader of
Captain America. Girl.
I feel like I don't know why, and I have no proof, nothing. But in my head, I was like, yo,
that'd be crazy.
If he was like the Flagsmashers leader at night, and then the freaking like Captain America by day, I could see it.
Girl. I could see it. See, I was over here about to say something totally different. I was gonna say, one thing that Marvel does really well is they create really good villains that have like things that you can kind of justify. Like with Thanos, kind of some of the things he was saying was like, I mean, not wrong, but like not killing.
It was the way he went around. It was the way he went about it, though. It was like,
and the same thing with Wandavision. I feel like in parts of it, she seemed like she was the villain. I'm not saying that she was, but in parts of it, she kind of seemed like the villain, but it was just talking about grief and all of that. So I think that the Flagsmashers, I do not agree with the stuff that they're doing, but I understand where you can understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of a cool thing that Marvel does really well. But you saying Captain America, I was not expecting that. I don't see that being the case though.
Because I feel like one thing that was very, very like that, like, I don't know, what was the core like power of Captain America was strength. You know, like he was just a strong person. Like he didn't have super speed or anything like that. He was just strong.
He was just juiced.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm looking at this dude, like the leader of the Flagsmashers, and I'm like, this dude is OD strong.
Right.
And oh my gosh, it says we have 10 minutes.
Not yet. We haven't been going through this whole time though. I think it's because we talked extra.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
But that kind of had me like, because I don't know why. And also it kind of worried me because I'm like, the way that Falcon stepped down from being Captain America, he was like, I'm not going to be it. Then he put the shield in the museum, and not more than like a day or a couple of days do they now put like a new person inside the Captain America suit, which means that they wanted him to do it initially.
Yes.
They wanted him to give it up because they had another plan.
Because they be trying to get rid of qualified Black people.
He was like, yep. No,
okay, I hope people know I'm joking. I'm not being serious, but I am.
No, but actually I was just watching a video and this guy was saying that in the comic books, there's actually a part where they said that the world is not ready for a Black Captain America. So I do think that it is partially race related, but I think the other part of it is like, one, I feel like they can't say anything because he has the shield. So if he decides to be Captain America, he could be Captain America.
Exactly.
Because I have the shield, I have everything. They might not support him the same way, but I can be Captain America because Captain America gave me the shield, everything. I can be Captain America. But
and he has the talent.
Yeah, he does. And I feel like the first like scene literally shows that he has the talent. So I was just like, right. I'm like, he literally, I don't even know what he do. He flew through the freaking helicopter and like,
right.
And I was like, it's over. They were like,
it really is.
You're 90 seconds outside of Libya or whatever you're at. And he was like,
got it. I got it. That's my Captain Black America.
My Black Captain America, my Captain Black America.
I really call him Captain Black America because that's what he is.
Not Captain Black America. I'm weak. But yeah, so I was just thinking that was weird. And I want to know, like, how do you think that Falcon's gonna come back, especially after he saw the fact that this new man is like Captain America? Like, how do you think he's going to go from like, dang, I put down the shield and now this other man is like, picking up the shield? Like, I don't know.
This is a perfect segue into Bucky. I feel like what's gonna happen is Bucky's gonna be like, they did what with whose shields? With my friend's shield, and then that's gonna be them like linking up. And I think because Falcon already has an understanding of the Flagsmashers, that if Captain America is related to both, that's how they're gonna find out. Like, not the eyes. That's how they're gonna find out because, first of all, Bucky, I feel like he's gonna get set off by all of this because we have so much to talk about with Bucky, but we don't have a lot of time. We're gonna talk about Bucky now, and what I have to say is, imagine how crazy you have to be to kill someone and then be all buddy with their dad. That's not weird.
But I was watching something, people were saying that he's trying to like basically repent for his sins, and like essentially. So the reason why he befriended the father is because like he's trying to make amends for the wrong that he did. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's right.
I get it.
I don't think it's right.
But no.
It's like, dang, like, what's up, friend? AKA, I also killed your son. Like, right. If someone ever told me that, I'd be like, if you don't get out of my house, get out of me.
Like, it's just so crazy to think of being in that position. Like, granted, I understand Bucky is in a hard position because a lot of the things that he did in his life wasn't like him. It wasn't under his control. Yeah. It was controlled, but I do think that there was a way that he could have handled the situation without being as hands-on, because that is just foul. Like, no, absolutely not. I could not deal.
But I mean, also, I feel like when he went on the date with that girl, the girl was kind of saying like, oh, like he really values y'all friendship or something like that, especially since his son died. So I'm like, I feel like this old man would be hurt if you told him, but like hurt if you left, because like they're like building this like really close relationship now. So it's kind of like, I lost my son, but now I get to kind of enjoy this fatherly type bond with Bucky.
Right.
But if Bucky tells me that he kills my son, I don't want to be related. I don't want to deal with Bucky. So it's kind of like a bad either way.
And it's also like, you actually put him through this another time. If you would have just left this man alone and let him grieve from a distance and like sneakily like helped him pay for things, like you worked, sent
Yeah.
him money or something, or like randomly left him, that would have been a better situation for me, because now you put him in the position to mourn his son, know that you killed his son, and then either have to mourn that like you just put yourself in a bad position. No one told you to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's okay. I definitely understand that, and that's a hard thing.
Right. Period. I do understand the redemption thing, like, and like going back and kind of letting yourself go through that therapy process and let things go, but I don't know about that one.
Yeah, but I did want to point out like something that I think is very different, and I also think it's just because the shows are very different, is like WandaVision, I feel like had a lot more like, and again, we're only on episode 1, so there's still time, but I think that WandaVision had a lot more like color, and like, I don't know, like it had like a more like happy vibe, even though that was kind of like a facade for like grief. Right. But I think in this show, it's like everything's kind of like grayscale, and like it just looks like a sad show. Like it just looks like these men are like really sad or like really burdened, or I don't know, like that's it. They just have 2 different vibes. Yeah. So I'm like, I want to see like how they bring this whole show like to full circle or something, because I don't know. But yeah.
They're definitely different vibes. I feel like WandaVision was more of like sitcom turned action, and this is supposed to be all action. Like it's giving less of a origin, because Marvel does origin stories, and for those they tend to be more plot lines, and this one is just action. But yeah, I think that's really it for Bucky.
That is it for Bucky.
I'm glad to see that he's in therapy. That's good for him.
Okay, scratch that. So for upcoming episodes, what do you kind of like hope will happen, or like what are you looking forward to in upcoming episodes?
I'm looking forward to seeing Captain Black America become Captain Black America. That's really it for that. I think I'm just like here for the ride. I don't have any theories, nothing really.
Besides the Captain America one being the leader of the Flagsmashers, I don't really have any theories. But I also was watching a video, and I think that guy who tried to like infiltrate the Flagsmashers, he actually becomes a superhero in the future. Some people were saying that he actually becomes Falcon when Falcon becomes Captain America.
Oh, that's lit.
So this is just, again, based off the comic books. I don't really know, but
yeah,
I was like, if that is the way it happens, I can also see that as them. They have to introduce at least one new like superhero, because there's no way that they're not going to.
I think they're going to do a nod to either Kree or the multiverse in this too. One of them.
How would they incorporate that though? I have no clue.
I don't know, but it's going to happen, because this happened before the Spider-Man movie. So I think that it's going to have something to do with that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So you guys, this is the end of our video. We thank you so much for watching our channel and for coming along for the ride with us. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the after party. And stay tuned for our other episodes. We're so happy to have you here, and we're glad to be back. So
see you guys next week.
Bye.
Okay, cool. I was like rushing.
No, it's okay. It says less than 1 minute, and I was like, it stops counting down. So I feel like this thing is about to end in any time. Actually, hold on.